What is significance of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization Head of Government Summit?
This is an important event that is taking place. This is the first time Pakistan is chairing the heads of government meeting.
How you see the future of SCO? You think it will strategically important for the entire region?
We are seeing a bright future of SCO. As you know, this is an organization that is continued to grow.
How you see the current level of relationship between Pakistan and China?
Pakistan and China are truly all-weather strategic cooperative partners. And we see that this relationship has a bright future.
The province of Balochistan is witnessing a fresh wave of terrorism. How you see this and how Pakistan will fight this fresh wave of terrorism which is hitting Balochistan?
Pakistan is committed to fighting terrorism. We have defeated terrorism in the past, and we have the capacity and the drive to defeat terrorism again.
Most of the connections of terrorism and militancy in Pakistani province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan are linked with the Afghanistan. So has Pakistan taken up this particular issue of security and terrorism with the Kabul administration? Because according to Pakistani officials, the safe havens, the linkages are on Afghan soil.
We believe that this is a top priority for this relationship, and both countries should work together to ensure that Afghan soil is not used to create disturbance and security challenges in Pakistan.
Keeping in view this world order, which is in vulnerable condition now, is United Nations still relevant vis-a-vis peace and security of the world?
United Nations is the most important multilateral institution in the world.
Last week, Indian Defence Minister made another threatening statement of attacking and capturing Azad Jammu and Kashmir. How you see provocative statements from India, and don't you think such statements are counterproductive to maintain peace and security in South Asia?
Targeting Pakistan for domestic reasons may make some political sense inside India, but that is a very dangerous trend for peace and security in the region.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to program Inside in V News English. Dear viewers, next month Pakistan will be hosting Shanghai Cooperation Organization's Heads of Government Summit, which is scheduled for 15th and 16th of October in Islamabad. This is going to be an extraordinary event for Pakistan. It will also give boost to Pakistan's public diplomacy, Pakistan's foreign policy, and Pakistan's relations with the members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Currently, there are 10 members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and invitations have been dispatched on behalf of the Prime Minister of Pakistan to the heads of the governments of the member countries. What significance this Shanghai Cooperation Organization Head of Government Summit is for Pakistan, for the region, for SCO, and what arrangements are being made so far, and any confirmation as well as any of the leader from the 10-member organization is concerned has been received, or whether Pakistan is going to receive. And in the second part of the program, we will be discussing 79th United Nations General Assembly session, which is scheduled in New York later the next week. And to discuss this all, we are fortunately joined by spokesperson of Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Mumtaz Zahra Baloch. Ambassador Mumtaz Zahra Baloch, very warm welcome to program Insight in V News English. And straight away, we would like to seek your opinion that what is significance of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization Head of Government Summit, which is scheduled to take place in the mid-October in Islamabad?
Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. This is an important event that is taking place in October in Islamabad. And this is the first time Pakistan is chairing the Heads of Government meeting. The Heads of Government meeting is the second highest body in SCO. So in that respect, holding this conference in Islamabad is a big honor for Pakistan. It is an unprecedented event that is taking place in Pakistan, and it will be an opportunity for Pakistan to host the diverse membership of SCO in Islamabad to discuss regional cooperation in terms of regional security and economic cooperation.
So a couple of days back, Pakistan has sent invitation to all heads of government in Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Any response or confirmation has been received from any of the member states?
Yes, we have started receiving confirmations from members of SCO. And at this point, we are not making announcements because it is we still have some time to go, but we will be making the announcements fairly soon.
Ma'am, any information or intimation has been received from India? Because India is also a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, likewise Pakistan.
At this point, we have not received a response.
So, as far as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is concerned, on what theme and subject this Head of Government Summit will be taking place?
This is, as you know, the economic content of Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an important pillar of this organization. And the SCO divides its functions in a manner that Heads of Government meeting focuses on economic issues and the budgetary decisions of the organization. So this would be the main focus of the upcoming meeting. And in that respect, you would have seen that the ministerial meeting of SCO has just been held in Islamabad, which will provide its input to the Heads of Government meeting.
Pakistan is facing security and terrorism challenges. Keeping in view these all challenges, this event is very, very important, and participation by the heads of government is a sign of confidence on Pakistan's better security scenario. Tell our viewers that what security arrangements are being made to protect this particular event. And do you think there is any threat to this event?
Well, I would not like to go into the arrangements in terms of security that we are taking. I would only like to underline that this is an important conference for Pakistan, and Pakistan will take every measure to ensure that the conference takes place in a smooth manner.
So, ma'am, as you said in the beginning that Russia and China are two important members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Of course, Pakistan will be expecting the leadership, the Prime Minister, the Premier of China, and the Prime Minister from Russia. Other than participating in the conference, any other events are being planned? I mean, any bilateral meeting with the Pakistani leadership, including Pakistani Prime Minister?
We are expecting that sideline meetings will take place between the leaders when they are visiting Pakistan.
Well, the basic theme and objective of Shanghai Cooperation Organization was to enhance connectivity, promote economic trade ties, promote tourism, share expertise in the field of science, technology, and other fields, and also in the counter-terrorism. Till so far, Pakistan has been actively participating, previously as an observer and a dialogue partner, now as a full-fledged member. What benefits Pakistan has gained from Shanghai Cooperation Organization in terms of connectivity, science, technology, trade, economy?
Shanghai Cooperation Organizations, as you just said, is a collective of regional countries. These countries get together and share experiences and agree on common norms with respect to interstate cooperation and behavior in terms of economy, but also in countering extremism and terrorism. And there have been several workshops and conferences and seminars where we learn from each other's expertise. For example, every country has their own experience of fighting terrorism, and we can all learn from each other's experience. So there have been many such opportunities where we learn from each other's experience. Similarly, regarding connectivity, the entire region of SCO moves forward in a positive direction.
Ma'am, as you said, the entire region of SCO will be moving progressively, keeping in view the rapid geostrategic developments which are taking place in the entire region. How you see the future of SCO? You think it will remain important, strategically important for the entire region, as its theme is socio-economic, technological development for all member states? But do you think it has a bright future?
We are seeing a bright future of SCO. As you know, this is an organization that is continued to grow. We recently added new members. Iran has joined. Belarus has joined. There is an interest from other countries to partner with SCO. So even if not as members, but as partners, dialogue partners, and they want to work with members of SCO. So we see that there is a lot of interest in SCO, and countries, especially in the region, see SCO as a positive force.
Ma'am, other than SCO platform, how you see the current level of relationship between Pakistan and China?
Pakistan and China are truly all-weather strategic cooperative partners. The two countries have stood by each other for decades, and we rely on each other on areas of trade and economy and security, and so many areas where the two countries work together for a mutual benefit. And we see that this relationship has a bright future. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is the flagship project of our bilateral cooperation, in fact brought so many positive developments inside Pakistan in terms of our energy security and road connectivity and the Gwadar port. So we see that our relationship has a bright future, and together we can work for projects that are beneficial to both countries.
Ma'am, this Pakistani province of Balochistan is major beneficiary from China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is a flagship program of BRI. The province of Balochistan is witnessing a fresh wave of terrorism. How you see this, and how Pakistan will fight this fresh wave of terrorism which is hitting Balochistan?
Pakistan is committed to fighting terrorism. We have defeated terrorism in the past, and we have the capacity and the drive to defeat terrorism again. And we believe that this is a national priority for Pakistan, and the government of Pakistan, the law enforcement agencies, the security agencies of Pakistan are committed to root out this menace that continues to threaten Pakistan's security.
Is China satisfied with the Pakistani security arrangements for the protection of CPAC-related projects and the security of Chinese personnel working on various projects across Pakistan?
The government of Pakistan will work with the Chinese authorities to ensure that they are fully satisfied with the security arrangements in Pakistan.
Ma'am, most of the connections of terrorism and militancy in Pakistani province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan are linked with the Afghanistan. So has Pakistan taken up this particular issue of security and terrorism with the Kabul administration? Because according to Pakistani officials, the safe havens, the linkages are on Afghan soil. So what is response from Kabul on Pakistani request?
This is an issue that is now front and center in our conversations with the Afghan authorities. And you would recall the Secretary Interior recently visited Afghanistan, where all these aspects were discussed. There are other channels of communication, including between our embassies. We believe that this is a top priority for this relationship, and both countries should work together to ensure that Afghan soil is not used to create disturbance and security challenges in Pakistan. And if we are able to resolve this issue, there is a very bright future for our two sides and to resolve any other issues that arise from time to time in this relationship.
Ma'am, Pakistani economic indicators recently have witnessed positivity, particularly this interest rate has come down, inflation has come down. But focus by the Pakistani political leadership is to enhance Pakistan's export and further push economic diplomacy. Foreign Ministry is part of all team efforts to enhance Pakistani exports and to promote economic diplomacy. What role Pakistani Foreign Ministry is playing to promote economic diplomacy and to further push the theme and the narrative of the government to enhance Pakistani exports in the region and in the West?
There are several projects where our missions are working with SIFC to bring foreign investment to Pakistan. Similarly, our ambassadors and commercial attaches and officers are under directions to find new markets to facilitate our exporters, and wherever issues arise, to resolve those issues with the host governments.
But this United Nations General Assembly's 79th session is already in progress, and high-level segment is expected to begin from 23rd, 24th of September this month. Pakistan will be definitely actively participating in the United Nations General Assembly session 79th. High-level segment will definitely begin from 24th of September. So what do you think, keeping in view this world order, which is in vulnerable condition now, is United Nations still relevant vis-a-vis peace and security of the world?
United Nations is the most important multilateral institution in the world, where all countries, big and small, participate. This is an institution and that is based on UN Charter that highlights and protects the rights of countries, small and big. So for Pakistan, United Nations is an important primary organization. United Nations General Assembly has a particular role to play because UN General Assembly is the collective voice of the entire international community, where there is no differentiation between the big countries and small countries and powerful countries and not so powerful countries. So for Pakistan and countries like Pakistan, United Nations General Assembly has a particular importance. And that is why Pakistan participates very regularly in UNGA at the highest level. And Pakistan's priorities at UNGA is to work with other developing countries to promote and protect the international order, promote the rights of developing countries, and to ensure that the decisions of United Nations are reflective of its membership, which is mostly developing countries and poorer countries.
Ma'am, Pakistan is a developing country and the biggest challenge is climate change. So, what do you expect from the UN and its relevant agencies to extend all possible cooperation? Because in the past, in Geneva summit, pledges were made with Pakistan, but most of the pledges are yet to be materialized. And still, this summer, Pakistan has also witnessed flash floods and devastation in different parts of the country. So, climate change and the role of the UN and its agencies with Pakistan.
So first of all, we must realize that UN General Assembly and United Nations overall is a norm-setting institution and an organization where world order rules are established and agreed upon by the membership, where international treaties are negotiated. So we should not consider United Nations as a donor agency. Donor agencies are different. That is one thing that we should be clear about. Secondly, Pakistan's, as I said earlier, for us, United Nations is very important because the norms that are set by the United Nations, whether it is in the domain of arms control and disarmament, or it is in the context of climate change, or in the context of human rights, they all affect the entire humankind, and Pakistan wants to be on the table when these norms are developed. In respect of the donor agencies and the support that donor agencies provide to countries like Pakistan, that is another debate. And we should perhaps separate that debate from the upcoming UN General Assembly session.
So, ma'am, UN General Assembly session is an occasion whenever any Prime Minister attends this as head of Pakistani delegation, do highlight Pakistan's core issue in Jammu and Kashmir. But when we look into this issue of Jammu and Kashmir, there are still threatening statements from Indian leadership. And last week, Indian Defense Minister made another threatening statement of attacking and capturing Azad Jammu and Kashmir. How you see provocative statements from India, and don't you think such statements are counterproductive to maintain peace and security in South Asia? How do you see such threatening statements? And don't you think by making such statement, India is putting the security of South Asia in danger?
We have said many times we do not understand the strange obsession that Indian politicians have with Pakistan. We hope that they can do their politics without targeting Pakistan. Targeting Pakistan for domestic reasons may make some political sense inside India, but that is a very dangerous trend for peace and security in the region. And that is something on which the international community must be very worried about, because this region is a region where big powers are situated. There are 3 nuclear power states which are members, which are present in this region. So it is the responsibility of these countries, especially these 3 countries, to ensure that peace and stability of this region is not affected.
Ma'am, when we discuss Gaza, it's still being attacked by the Israeli forces, and the latest attack was also on a refugee camp. So despite United Nations Human Rights Council resolution, despite verdict by the International Court of Justice to prevent Israel from further committing genocide, UN Security Council has passed resolution, UN General Assembly held debate. So what is next? Don't you think diplomatic options have been exhausted? But of course, there are still sane voices which are calling upon international community to protect dying people, innocent women and children in Gaza.
What is happening in Gaza is a tragedy, and it is a tragedy that is happening before our very eyes. The genocide that is taking place in Gaza is a blemish on the UN Security Council and the human conscience. And it is important, therefore, that the United Nations Security Council, which is mandated under international law to uphold international peace and security, to take action and to prevent the ongoing carnage in Gaza.
Now we are heading to conclude our program, and in the end, we would like to seek your opinion. What current challenges Pakistan's foreign policy is confronting, and what is strategy to cope with such challenges?
There are some challenges that are definitely within our neighborhood. As we have discussed earlier in the interview, Pakistan's security is paramount. So for Pakistan's security, it is important that we have good relations with all countries in the region. And for us, it is also important that the territory of our neighbors is not being used to threaten Pakistan's security. And that is why for us, counter-terrorism and the issues relating to Pakistan's security along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border is paramount. And similarly, the situation in South Asia with respect to the instability because of the India's belligerence in the region. That is also an issue that confronts Pakistan. But more broadly, what we have tried to do is to focus on expanding Pakistan's friendship and relationships, not just with countries in the region, but with the wider region and with countries around the world. We have focused on developing partnerships in Africa, in East Asia, in Central Asia, in addition to our traditional friendships in China, with China and the Gulf countries and with countries in Europe. And of course, the United States. So that is our focus, to have broad-based relationships with as many countries as possible, and to strengthen the relationships that exist currently, and to ensure that all these relationships also have an economic content, and putting economic diplomacy front and center of our foreign policy.
Ma'am, these overseas Pakistanis are spread over all 6 continents of the world, and they have great expectations from Pakistan diplomatic missions abroad, including embassies, high commission, and consulate. Tell us precisely, is Foreign Office is reaching out to overseas Pakistanis who are considered as strategic asset because they are the prime source of sending remittances to Pakistan?
But overseas Pakistanis are very important for Pakistan, and that is why all our missions undertake efforts to develop linkages with the Pakistani diaspora. Under Pakistan who goes abroad must register with the Pakistani mission there. Unfortunately, not many Pakistanis register themselves, so that is always a challenge. So we invite Pakistani nationals to register with Pakistani missions so that they have an overview of the number of Pakistanis and their location, and to facilitate them. Secondly, since they are settled abroad, we encourage them to be useful citizens of the country of that they have chosen to live, and to be respectful of the laws of that country and the customs of that country, as is the case of most Pakistanis who live abroad. They are a source of great pride for Pakistan. So we hope that all Pakistanis are fulfilling those responsibilities of being the ambassadors of Pakistan and respecting the laws and customs of the countries where they are living or visiting.
Thank you so much indeed, Ambassador Mumtaz Zahra Baloch, spokesperson of Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs, on speaking about upcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization Head of Government Summit in Islamabad, scheduled for mid of October, including United Nations General Assembly 79th session taking place from 24th of September in New York, and other challenges which are being confronted by Pakistan and Pakistan's foreign policy. Despite your busy schedule, you spared a comprehensive time to speak to Program Insight. We are so grateful to you.
Thank
Dear
you very
viewers,
much.
in our next program, goodbye and Allah Hafiz from studios.